Potter, Magic Tree House, Captain Underpants, the good one. But I didn't really discover, what books could really be until like high school age, where I had to read more like thoughtful, deeper books. Because books, they're not just stories. I mean, for children, they're mostly stories. But when you grow older, they're more ideas, and it's the author trying to tell you what they think about whatever, life, the world, whatever you're thinking about. And to me, the author that's ideas have always really resonated with me was Kurt Vonnegut. I don't know if you've heard of him, he's kind of minor. But his ideas, just his philosophy on life and the world, they just changed like how I thought about the world. And so I wanted to share a quote from one of his books. To give some context, he fought in World War II, and then he was captured as a prisoner of war for the Germans. And he was actually in, I don't know how much you know about World War II, but there was a firebombing of a city, Dresden, in Germany, and it was the most destruction ever in any of the bombings of the war. And he was there and as a prisoner of war, so he got fronthand just the most destructive, horrible, things from that war. And so I just wanted to share just a brief quote from one of his books, just to give maybe a new outlook, or at least make you think about, life and what he thinks. So here I go. As I approached my 50th birthday, I had become more and more enraged and mystified by the idiot decisions made by my countrymen. And then I had come suddenly to pity them, for I understood how innocent and natural it was for them to behave so abominably and with such abominable results. They were doing their best to live like people invented in storybooks. This was the reason Americans shot each other so often. It was a convenient literary device for ending short stories and books. Why were so many Americans treated by their government as though their lives were as disposable as paper tissue? Because that was the way authors customarily treated bit-part players in their made-up tales. Once I understood what was making America such a dangerous, unhappy nation of people who had nothing to do with real life, I resolved to shun storytelling. I would write about life. Every person would be exactly as important as any other. All facts would also be given equal weightiness. Nothing would be left out. Let others bring order to chaos. I would bring chaos to order instead, which I think I have done. If all writers would do that, then perhaps citizens not in the literary trade will understand that there is no order in the world around us, that we must adapt ourselves to the requirements of chaos instead. It is hard to adapt to chaos, but it can be done. I am living proof of that. It can be done.